let's see what is going on. What's going on? Yeah, I decided to go live real quick. I guess I'll leave this up here. So basically, I made that video because it just drives me insane that with all that's going on in the world, this is what they decide to do. And the way they named these laws are insane. Hold on, let me get my paper. Now, this is some crazy shit, right? So, I don't know who comes up with this, right? But the Republicans, when they passed the law for to go up to 5,000, I'm sorry, the Dems, when they changed it to go up to $5,000 this year, the law, it's going to be called the Cut the Red Tape for Online Sales Act. Now, supposedly, the reason why halted was eBay. The Republicans, they want to change it back to $20,000 for annual sales. And the name of their law is going to be the Stop the Nosy Obsession with Online Payment Act. Dude, you can't make this shit up. Like, who's sitting in their office thinking about this? I mean, could they make it more simpler? Mind-boggling. I mean, I just don't get it. But to me, I worry more about. I think that law probably would have affected more people, like the mom and pops, the people selling the candles and stuff. Because think about it, if you were making under $600 in total for the year, who is that really affecting? You can't tell me you only mowed 30 lawns at $20 a pop. I mean, what are they going to do? Go after a 16-year-old, 17-year-old kid, whatever, that does it, 2 lawns a weekend or whatever, at $25 a pop. It's just insane. I don't get it, and it's those people that I felt bad for, because it's easier to go after the people who don't have the money to defend themselves. Because what happens, they give in, right? Because they don't have the money to pay all these crazy tax lawyers. It's just mind-boggling to me, and I hear people talk about it, and I just don't get it. I just don't get it. It's like they don't care, or they're oblivious, or they have what's called tunnel vision syndrome, where their whole life they're just walking around like this. I don't know. I don't want to know. You know what I mean? I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. It's just I don't get it. But what's up, Jacob? We got Jacob. I got Mike in here. I got Mark down under. It's just the tax law is just insane. So I'm hoping now with me having more guys now, that I can have more time to make more videos and stuff. Up until recently, we're just swamped, and like everybody else, I'm trying to find like the right people. You know what I mean? So obviously that's the hard part. But we're just so swamped, and I think that for everyone that's accepting all these third-party apps, they should be getting ready now, whether it be having some kind of CRM. If you don't have a CRM, go to Staples or Office Max and get that little bookkeeping book. Actually, I think I have one over there. It's like $17, and just keep logs of everything. So that way you don't get caught, like shit paperwork wise. And I know a lot of people like leave everything for the accountant. Me, I like watching everything. So I like keeping track of everything, just because we like knowing our numbers throughout the day and throughout the week and whatnot. But anyway, that's why I did that video. I'm hoping I can do some more videos, and that's pretty much it, man. So I want to go live real quick just to shoot the shit, just so I can say what I got to say. I know I think Float's going live tonight. I'm not sure what time, probably soon. And then I don't know if Tree Trim is going live, or if he's going live on his barbecue channel, or what he's doing. But I don't want to go live when they're live. Not that it matters, because I'm pretty sure that people that listen to me don't all listen to them. So Anyway, it doesn't matter if I'm live and somebody else is live. But I know some of you, who do come on here do go into floats and tree trimmers. But anyway, I just wanted to go live real quick. Benjamin, what's up, bud? Benjamin, I just did a video on the whole Cash App, Venmo fiasco, that law that's on hold temporarily. Basically, I just did it just for awareness. Dirty, what's up, man? Oh, damn it. Now we're going to have to listen to him. Damn straight. But let me show you the book. Well, I guess I should grab that book, right? So, I don't know. Because I like to hear myself talk, you know what I mean? I like to hear myself talk shit. So, basically, I just want to do the video so you guys can, or whoever you are, just start keeping proper record keeping. You can actually get a book like this if you don't have any type of CRM. You can get a book like this. It's like $20 or whatever it is at Staples, tax deductible, right? And just start keeping record keeping now, because we don't know what's going to happen with this law, which way they're going to go. Obviously, the way it's set up now with the House and Senate, hopefully it'll change for the better. If not, if it goes back to $600, guess what, man? If you sold a Pokemon card for $600, or if you sold a sofa, your grandmother's sofa out of the basement for $600, you're going to get a 1099-K form. And then it's up to you and then the way it was explained to me is it's up to you to, show that you didn't make any money on it. So, but you got to know I'm listening while I scrub my balls in the shower. Listen, hopefully you get every nick and cranny, you know what I'm saying? Don't miss a spot. Mike said, I don't understand if someone like myself that has money in the bank that was already taxed, how are they going to tax me again on a wire transfer? He goes, well, transfer would sell to my wife to pay bills. Dude, it's messed up, man, because they tax you on top of tax and top of tax. So, I don't know. I guess we have to see how this law is going to play out. So, with everything going on and all the bullshit talk of them abolishing the IRS, which obviously is not going to happen, because the IRS is the largest collection agency in the world, right? So I can't see them getting rid of it. However, I can see them pushing it to one of them is going to get their way. We're either going to have to pay tax up to $5,000, or we're going to pay tax on if we hit over 20 grand. Now, I hope everyone makes over 20 grand or processes over 20 grand in combination of Zelle, not Zelle, but the Cash App and Venmo and whatnot. If obviously if the law passes, I'm hoping everybody keeps if you are using those third-party apps, I'm hoping everybody keeps proper record keeping. Because if not, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? You're going to make more work for yourself at the end of the year and the beginning of next year, and then make more work for your accountant. Why do that? It's the beginning of the year. It's January. There's no reason why everyone who's accepting these apps, right, for payment, there's no reason why you can't start now with proper record keeping. There's no reason. It's January, right? Like a lot of our accounts, the commercial accounts, we get paid monthly, right? So it's a little bit simpler for us. But for those guys that are not as busy now, what else are you doing? Start educating yourself now. Put processes in place now, so that way, come whenever your spring starts, whether it be next month or March, you're all ready. So that way you're actually keeping proper, you've got the whole process of proper record keeping. So you should be able to create a system for yourself. If you start and create a system now for yourself, in the long, as months go by, it'll just be easier. It'll be part of your day. Whether I think someone made a comment, I think the other last night, the night before, Drew made a comment, I think about in Drew's live about record keeping. Now Madam G, right? He's lucky. Madam G, his wife does his paperwork for him, right? So Madam G, he's fortunate in that spot because Madam G can focus on his business, and then Madam G's wife can focus on the paperwork. People like Drew, right? And Drew, and then who the hell's the other guy? Who's the guy down south? Ray, right? Those guys like him, right? Now, I'm assuming that they don't have that other person, right? But if you put processes in place now, it'll be a lot easier for yourself. So to me, it's a lot simpler, especially if you're a solo guy, dude. I mean, obviously, if you're invoicing monthly, just change your system. If you're invoicing weekly, and you don't have customers with card on file, just stop processing when you've done the lawn. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's the reason why I did video. That's why I want to go live, just to discuss that part, because I think it's bullshit, really. Even just the $5,000 a month is just, I mean, for the year. Why we're going after that is beyond me. Again, like I said, the law, they said, was created to go after the tax sheets. But if you go online, right, to see who gets audited the most, right? And again, this is crazy because anybody can look this up. If you look up to see who gets audited the most, it's the person that makes taxpayer in recent years audited taxpayer with the income below $25,000 a year. So basically, they're really going after them, right? Because they don't have the money to defend themselves, and they just give in to these crazy payment plans, and then you pay the crazy interest, and then what? And then you're a slave to the IRS on top of being a slave to everything else. If it continues, and wait until it's enough money. Friends and family gifts is a loophole, but the IRS has a way of figuring it out. They're going to catch you, and don't think they're not watching. If they see weird shit early, they'll wait and see if she continues. It is, yeah. Friends and family is a way, obviously. I don't know how. Well, I really don't know, right? I mean, none of us know. We don't know what we don't know. We don't know how this law is going to change this year. Obviously, it's going to come up, right? Because everybody, they want their money. So I don't know. I personally, if you're making under 50, 60 grand a year, if you could figure out a way how to get cash, you know what I mean? That's my opinion. I would go that route. If you can't somehow get the 50, 60 grand a year, get as much cash as you can, then obviously you're gonna have to use these third-party apps, and then obviously Zelle, it appears Zelle's really the way to go, right? Because with Zelle, they're not reporting it, right? And I believe that the reason behind it is that Zelle's more of a bank-to-bank transfer, right? So I don't know, with these apps threatening to do to send everybody these 1099-K forms, and next year for the 2023 tax season, it should be interesting. So I don't know, but I mean, Mike said, all my ducks are in a row. Not worried. I'm just thinking about, it's a bunch of bullshit. It is a bunch of bullshit, man. I'm hoping I'm overpaid. Matt and G, I hope you are overpaid, brother. I hope, man. Listen, I hope you have a prosperous new year. You all pay quarterly. Yeah. I definitely pay quarterly. God damn it. Cell doesn't have, because it's on your account statement. Yeah, see, Dirty wrote down Zelle doesn't have to, it shows up on your account statement. It does, right? But the way it was explained to me was because with Zelle being bank to bank, it's not. That was the way around it. So that's how it was explained to me. So I really don't give a shit, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But so I don't know. I worry about the little guy and the person selling candles and and the weekend guy mowing lawns after work who's trying to pay their bills and feed their family, and the guy who's trying to work the weekends mowing grass, just trying to feed their family. Because listen, look how expensive eggs are. Shit, I'm about to get some chickens. I'm about to watch Happy's Family and learn about chickens. But maybe learn how to make some egg whites. So, but actually, I think, isn't it during the winter when you get less eggs, I believe? But anyway, that's my thought on it. That's why I wanted to make that video. Those are the people I'm worried about. Obviously, I'm worried about people in our industry that don't make that much money, and obviously, people that do other things for another side hustle. So those are the people I worry about, man. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So I'm not exactly a fan of my buddies used to call them, instead of calling it the IRS, they used to call them IRS. Man, I got 36 eggs. I feel like I hit the lottery. I'm balling. See? Right there. Brett's balling. He got 36 eggs. Baller shot call over there down south with Brett. Because how my LLC said, I got you. My man gonna cry about eggs. Easy, quit eating them. You know what, Matt, you're right. We should quit eating the eggs. Nah, man. I know a guy that, wound up selling his egg farm up in Monroe, New York, and he did not want, they've had the egg farm forever. He did not want the egg farm going to the Hasidics, because in Monroe, New York, they have the largest Hasidic community in the world, right? And this guy we knew bought the egg farm, I think for a little over $1 million, turned around and sold it that afternoon to the Hasidics. And the Hasidics just obviously, they're just going to expand what's called, I think it's called Curious Joel. It's called. I like my 12-year-old nephew cutting a few lawns this summer, making around $800 a year. No reason he should pay that a little more. I could see if that was like $10K. But come on now. Mike, you're 100% right. Perfect example. Here's a little kid, your nephew, making $800 a year mowing lawns, right? So whether it's him or some other person, a college kid, right, making the same thing, your nephew's making $800 a year, it's stupid, completely stupid that they should have to pay fucking tax on that. Yo. Yes, ma'am. Sorry about that. Look. But I don't know. It should be interesting to see what happens. That's why I made the video. So actually, that video was supposed to come out a while ago, but I just been putting it off because it actually got paused December 23rd. What was that? 3 weeks ago? 4 weeks ago? So obviously they're not mailing out 1099Ks now. But the other thing also is, I've been to 2 different audits. The other problem is it's automated, right? So the way it was explained to me was there might have been quite a few times where, you know what, you might have gotten that form by accident, and then you've got to do your due diligence, do your homework and try to fix the situation. Or if you sold a couch or whatever, a boat or whatever, and it didn't go to friends and family, and it's just crazy, man. The amount of stuff that I read up and watched on it is just insane. So the boss cracking the whip. Yeah. Oh yeah, boss cracking the whip. Actually, she wanted my tomatoes, what she wanted. So, but anyway, Benjamin and some big time hotel resort owners haven't paid the taxes in years. The system is crazy, man. It's just, like I said, if people just went on their phone and Googled it, right? Most of the people that get audited are the people that make $25,000 and under, because they don't have the tax attorneys, man, to fight it, right? What do? You give in, right? Because you're scared and You know what I mean? You don't want to be, you don't want your shit garnished or them putting liens on your property and or put liens on your bank accounts. I went through that, man. I went through that back in 06. It was not fun. You know what I mean? So, the most I've ever owed when I had the tax thing was 157, right? It's not fun, man. It's just a lot of bullshit. I've learned so much. I've learned and forgotten so much shit over the years. It's insane. But anyway, that's why I wanted to make the video and go live real quick on my little rant. I got some other bits I got to work on. MG does it the right way. He does buys a steak and buys the entire cow. That's balling. You know what? Matt MG is right, man. He did. He bought what was it? Matt, did you buy a steak? Did you buy a cow again this year? Or was it, I think it was just last year, unless you had enough meat from over carry over. I remember that when Matt MG bought a whole cow or half a cow. Listen, that is the way to go, man. Just get a whole damn freaking cow and be done with it. So, but anyway, that's it. I'm gonna ready to hop off, man, because I've got some paperwork and shit to do, other bidding I gotta do for tomorrow. Hope you guys have a great night, and then see you around. Love you guys.